What's up? Welcome back. So today is the video where we are going to go through the app. It's just a quick one, ins and outs, how to calculate your daily calorie intake. Just a few things before we dive in is try to be as honest as possible in terms of your weight, your height, your activity, your daily routine. Are you generally sedentary position, or you are more on your legs and are moving around? So all these little things will be taken into consideration when the application calculates your macros. Also, one thing, once we have figured out a rough calorie intake for the day, is also macronutrients. So we generally focus on three, which are the basic carbohydrates, protein and fats. So if you are not endurance athlete, or you're not doing half marathons every day or any other day, or you're spending numerous hours on cycle, do not choose carbs as most of your nutrition. I would generally focus about 40% from carbs, and then the rest split between protein and fats. But we'll look into that once we get down to the app, so let's dive into that. Okay, so we are on the home screen. In order to get the app, we have to go to App Store, so we click on App Store. Then we go down to bottom right, click on search, and you type in My Fitness, and you can see it just pops up at the very top, so we click onto that. Now as you can see it shows like a cloud with the arrow down. It's because I only had it in my past, downloaded it in with my account. You might have just option to download, so we click onto that. In your case, if you never had it, it might ask you to type in password or do you Face ID recognition. Not quite sure what way it goes with Android. I haven't used Android for this app specifically. So as you can see, it's nearly downloaded. So now we have two options. You can either hit on open from here, or you can go back out to the home screen, and as you can see now it's there. So we click on MyFitnessPal, and you can click on allow, so in that case it will send you some notifications if there are any. Now you have two options: sign up for free or log in. So obviously if you never had an account, you go for sign up and follow on-screen instructions. I'm going to click on login since I did have account and I still keep using it, so I click on login. And again, there are a few options. I'm gonna go and sign in with my Google account, so I'm just gonna click continue since I have it saved in passwords. And there it is, you're just logging in now. So in my case, since I did have account, it might take a while to synchronize diary entries, or also to pull the history. Okay, so here for personalization we just click accept all. And just here, as you can see, it will give you a pop-up here, so you can sign up for some nutritional information. Basically they will do something for you. I never did sign up, so I'm not entirely sure what are they going to do. But if you don't want to sign up to anything, you can just click on X on the top right. So that's it then. The next question is if you like to track activity across the other companies. I just usually go for ask app not to track. And the next pop-up is, would you like to access your motion and fitness activity I would suggest you to do that, just in case if you don't have any smartwatch or any other way that you track your movement, your exercise and so on, so at least your phone has a built-in motion sensor, and this will play a role while also calculating your calories and your movement on a daily basis. So we click on Allo. Okay, so from here, it's just because I have an account set up, you can see that I still have remaining allowance of 1600 calories for today, but the base goal, if you look, it says in this calories window, the base goal is around 1870 calories. It just shows also how much food I've eaten today. You can see it's 669, that was breakfast, and there was a little exercise, which wasn't really an exercise, it was more like an aggressive walk. But if we now, so the main focus here would be now to calculate your macros for the day, and then we'll go from there. So if you follow on and see on the bottom right, there's 3 dots and it says more. If you click onto that, then it brings you this option here where we go into section goals, and into goals, if you start from the top to bottom, so the app will ask you what's your current weight. If you click into it, it will ask you if you like to update this, because if you start playing around these, you might do adjustment on your daily calorie intake. So you do it once and you only change this when your weight changes, because dependent on that, it will also recalculate your macros and your daily intake. It also depends on, for example, if you wish to maintain your weight once you have reached your goal, or for example you want to go into bulking, building muscles, or just gain weight. So again, you'll be looking at different options and you'll be coming back here, and based on that again there will be changes. But for now we just click yes on that, and now here you have a nice slider, you can go back and forth. I'm just gonna click X on that, but you scroll and choose your weight. Please be honest to yourself, because even if you go onto the weight that is actually not your current weight, it will calculate different. First of all, what your daily calories supposed to be. It also, if you do some exercises, for example, some of these apps sync with your phone. Some of these apps in your phone sync with your watch or some other tracking device, and they will grab this information of this app. And if you, for example, have set weight at, for example, 80 kilos, but you actually weigh 70, and then your watch will think that you are 80 kilos of weight, and they will also calculate a different calorie expenditure for the exercise you did. So technically, in general, you would be spending less than your actual device shows, because you kind of put in wrong information. So it's be honest and put. So I'm clicking X on that. So the next is obviously your goal weight, what you'd be like to achieve. So you click onto that, and it's the same question. If you wish to change that, you click on yes, and the same slider appears. So again, you set something realistic. So once you're done with this, I'm just gonna exit here. So also, what would be your weekly goal? So if you click into that, you can see that it gives you several options. How much we would like to lose. Obviously, if you're just going to lose 200 grams per week, it's less stress on yourself, but obviously the target, the goal you wish, will take longer. But for some it could be better, because in that way they adapt this way, they do everything, and it'll be easier for them to sustain this for a longer period of time, or even become as a habit for the rest of their life. But as you can see, there are several options. I have sticked for half kilo at the minute. Obviously, if I'll change to 800 grams or 1 kilo, this will also reduce my daily calorie intake. But there's another thing to pay attention to. You wouldn't want to live with too much calorie deficit per day. I've done that in the past, and it was horrible. I was trying to sustain my activities and training, I think within 1200 calories it was, or 14, and it just felt anytime you got some food, it just fell in somewhere and you never got that satisfaction. So you constantly were living in a feeling like you're hungry. It's a horrible feeling. Even after I achieved some target what I had set, it took me 3 to 4 weeks to come back to decent eating, because it felt like whenever I get some food you actually never feel satisfied, and whenever the portion of some food you got, you always looked for something else, and you really had to control yourself. So the next thing is activity level. So if you click into that, you can see, so you're not very active, lightly active, active, very active. I have set lightly active because most of my day I would be at the computer behind the desk. I do walk and I go cook and do some food, but most of the time I would probably be sitting, unless I'm doing weight training or out for a walk or run, and then generally only while moving around the house or doing cooking. So I've chosen lightly active, even though I would be doing probably 3 to 4 runs a week, some cycling and 3 weight trainings or so, but I just choose to live lightly active. That works best. So we are going to pass nutritional goals for now, and then you can see here at the bottom is the fitness goals. So this is roughly what we want to achieve or what you're already at. So I just stay with like 5 exercises, which generally consists of 3 runs, 3 weight trainings, 1 or 2 bike cyclings, but I just leave it like that. I always like to have that extra rather than just be everything perfectly, because then you leave no room for yourself. The same with calories. So if I do daily calories and I eat something, I would always try to leave a couple of 100 calories, just in case if I feel horrible at the end of the day, I could get some healthy snack like within 100-200 calories. Or for example, if I realize at the end of the day that I'm short on protein, I would probably snack down something just to hit those protein goals as well. So now if you scroll back up a bit, nutritional goals, and you click into where it says calories, carbs, protein and fat goals. So if you click into that, as you can see, my calories are calculated. So the app changed to 1870. I am just going to quickly show you how it does change if you change any of the parameters. So for example, if I go back and I would choose into weekly goal, for example, I go for a 1 kilo, you can see. So instead of half a kilo, I'm gonna click for 1 kilo as here, and then we check. As you can see, it has updated to 1500, which is and also, as you can see, it presets by default carbohydrates at 50%, protein at 20, and fat at 30. So we would want to change it around, but let's go back and preset that the weekly goal for losing weight is half a kilo. So we're back at half a kilo, and then we go back into calories, carbs, protein. You can see it went up to 1870. So I am not happy with the way it gives carbohydrates and protein. Fat is fine. Fat, as a healthy man, you would still want something between 40 to 60 grams. It's just for healthy recommendations. I was reading about the fat. I thought I should cut down a bit, but they suggested that it is better if you actually cut down a bit on carbs instead of fat. So the fat for us man, I'm not 100% sure entirely about women, but the app could be calculated pretty properly for the women as well as for the man, as I can see that we don't have to do any adjustments. So if you click on any of 3 of them, carbs, protein or fat, it'll just bring you up this menu now, where you can see that you can actually change these. And then on the bottom it says total percentage. Obviously we have to squeeze into 100, so this won't be okay. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, since I scroll down carbohydrates to 40%, it shows the total carb intake per day should be 187. So I'm going to change that to 35, and I'm going to put protein up, or actually we can go fat at 52 and carbs. So we're going to leave like this. Generally, we have to remember another thing is that even if you are doing weight training, we have to have carbohydrates, because if our body doesn't have enough carbohydrates, it won't allow muscle growth. Is a must part, even if you're not a runner or crazy endurance athlete. You will feel that if you X carbs out too much, it'll be extremely hard to get through yourself through the training as well, especially if you're doing 4 to 5 times a week weight training and try to squeeze in some cardio workouts. So this looks pretty much fine. In terms of protein, generally what you would want is to sustain your muscle mass. Probably the best is about 1.5 gram per kilo of your total mass. So for example, like in my case, I'm around 82, so this is what I'm going to intake per day. Obviously if you're more into bodybuilding or you're going crazy muscle building, you would probably want to up that up, maybe even to 2.5 grams or so, because I've know a couple of guys, they would easily have 250 grams of protein per day or so, but obviously they are much bigger and they've a lot more muscle mass to maintain, and obviously if they want to increase that muscle mass, they obviously need more protein. But so we are good to go here, and we click on that. So now we can come back out to the main screen, and from here we click on dashboard, so we can see back again here. And for example, if you would like to log your food, button for log food down the bottom, if you click onto that, and you can click got it. So you can see, for example, my breakfast, I had coffee, eggs, there was 1 egg and 2 egg whites, so 2 slices of bread, tomatoes, some chicken sausage and 2 turkey rashers, and I count olive oil as well that I cooked within. So I haven't logged lunch yet, I'll do that in a second. But if you go all the way down to the nutrition, which I like, is that you click into nutrition and a nice way show you all your daily nutrition, how much you have logged in, and what's the things left that you should hit for your good macros. Or actually you can click even in macros here. It also shows the nice circle diagram that you can follow up. So that's about it, guys. It's pretty straightforward, nothing too complicated. It's extremely handy to have it, because what you can do is you can put meals a few days ahead or so, and you can actually know exactly what you're going to be eating, what macros you're going to be hitting every day, and it's extremely easy to follow up if you're losing weight, if you getting more muscle, or any other changes. So I hope this helps, and yeah, stay. Peace.